Good day, everybody. Well, this wasn't the one I was expecting to play. Oh boy. Somehow they pull it off. I'm surprised. Seeing if it loads up real quick. Yep, alright. It's up and it's going. See. And on we go. Music might be a little loud. Let me know before we start up. Let's see. Okay, the reminders didn't link me to the pre-show. That's not fair. I don't understand this thing sometimes. Probably turn the actual needs to drop by 75%. Yeah, the music's very loud. I already had it at 60, so I'm gonna drop it to 40. Hey, it's using a RPG Maker. Your guys are very original. Wow, it still has like crescendos that are pretty freaking loud. Hey, be quiet. Nope, now it's loud again. Alright, Jesus Christ. You need like a smart volume thing where it's like, hey, I may want to just frickin' move the actual volume up and down. 20. Jesus. So it's like, geez, man, you don't need an orchestra. I guess they weren't expecting people to be talking while playing this. But anyway, so this was unexpected. The Ursa Major Minor won the Ursa Major. That's kind of redundant, but it looks like they use sort of an RPG Maker background. I'm very familiar with this tool because I used it myself back in the day. It's pretty fun. Never really got into like making an entire game, but I played around with some of the tools and it's kind of fun. It beat both Overwatch and what I call Furry Madden, which is Pokemon. So Furry Madden 2016, Sun and Moon. Now, if Sun and Moon had won, that would have been. I have no idea how I would have even managed that. It's like I was actually gonna play Sun and Moon for that long a time and then stream it. So I got a little lucky because this game's pretty cheap and I don't have to buy new streaming equipment. So thank you very much for that. But anyways, I think we're at about 33, so we may as well get started. Using multiple save files is highly recommended. Both keyboard and controller are supported for input. F4 will enter window mode, F5 will return to the menu, aka frickin' RPG Maker. Please enjoy and choose wisely. Don't make me regret my decision, Gabe. Or my decisions. Where am I? Is this outer space? No, it absolutely can't be. I'd never survive in the void. I scan my surroundings. What I see should be an impossibility. A luminescent nebula gazes back at me. It twinkles, dancing across the sky. I should probably lower the frickin' sound volume too. It's gonna get annoying real quick. It's beautiful, but I'm not here to stargaze. As I take in this scenario, I notice some key things. My feet are not on solid ground. I appear suspended, which is redundant. And for some reason, I'm able to hear and breathe. Those are two things you can't do in space. I count this as a blessing and focus on breathing. There were exercises I could use to calm myself down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Before I can count any higher, I'm interrupted. At that moment, I realize I'm not here by myself. I feel a hand resting on my shoulder and I shiver. I expect to feel fear, but a rush of calm overtakes me. Oh no! To the Ark. Okay, so that's not his name. Oh no, it's Noah. Oh god, what have I done? Anyways. Hello and welcome to the Ark. This is a very special place, you see. Only a select few are allowed to be here. This is home to those touched by fate, imbued with a power most would call fiction. Oh, it is sort of fiction. Others have come, but now it's your turn. First and foremost, I require a name. Something to enter in the annals of time. We must ensure that you aren't forgotten. First name. Well, at least he didn't mess that up. I could actually put my own name in the game. Oh no. Tantroo, Has a nice ring to it. Well, you better like it, you gotta put a ring on it. I'm sure you'll be remembered. My name, you may ask? It's question mark, question mark, question mark. I'm afraid that's not important. Exactly. No one will remember me after this. Your presence here portends a grand fate, not just for you, but the universe too. That is the purpose of those who come here. Random players. To that end, what else do they call you? Your surname is just as important. And out of curiosity, I must know. Well, luckily for you, I actually have a surname. Most furries don't have surnames. Tantroo McNally, Very well. The pleasure is mine. In giving me your name, the deed is done. Your service to me in the Ark is pledged. But do not worry, you're not a slave. Your service rewards you with a power, something that most would kill to achieve. Others must bend to the rules of the world, but for you, the opposite rings true. You are no longer a victim of circumstance. When you make a choice, reality will bend. Your every whim will fall to your lap. The universe now accommodates you. This is the power granted to you by the Ark. This is the power granted to you by me. You're the Ark? Oh, it appears that you are fading away. Do you long to return to Earth? I understand. There is fear in the unknown. I will find you again soon. And perhaps then we can talk a little more. Don't be scared, Tantroo. I mean no harm. Would you like to save your game? Sure. Bullet train. Did I hit X? Okay, X means no, I guess. I feel a rush of speed as I'm shot back into my body. It was almost as if my spirit momentarily left me. Who was that man? Man. And just what was the Ark? You look more like a dog to me, sir. I scratched my head in a state of sheer confusion. It definitely wasn't a dream, I know that for sure. When you wake up from a dream, you know it wasn't real. You laugh it off, continue on with your life. That's not the sensation I was feeling right now. I try to ground myself in reality. I take in my surroundings, the noise, the people. I focus on my destination, Tokyo, Japan. Oh man, how did I get there? I feel myself calm down, slowly but surely. Except I'm going, what the hell am I in Japan? Anxiety starts to replace itself with excitement. Though many would argue what the difference is. Who didn't dream of going to Tokyo in their lifetime? It had to be on a bucket list of millions of people. Mine's Australia, sorry. And it was the first of many places I'd visit. On what would surely be the best year of my life. I sit there, holding the armrest with a fierce grip. It wouldn't be long until I figured out how wrong I was. Chapter 1, The Calm Before the Storm. My god, it's loud again! Jeez Louise, that's for 20%. I tried my best to maintain my composure. A can of Pop Star held firmly in my grasp. Hey, now you're a pop star, get your game on. I wasn't one to drink energy drinks so leisurely, but I picked up what you may call an addiction. Geez, really settling for that furry audience now, aren't we? Oh. For a little bit more context, I'll say this. Pop Star was the leading brand of energy drink. In fact, it was almost as popular as soda. It had full endorsement from a famous pop idol. Did it have a kangaroo dancer? You can't be a famous energy drink unless you have a kangaroo colored after you and dancing. Everyone knows this. A contest was held to coincide with this idol's tour. I may have to reset the sound. Sounds like it didn't save. Yeah, I don't know. I may have to just turn my computer down until I can get to the options menu. A contest was held to coincide with the United States. Two special cans were then thrown into the wild. Those that found them got to travel with the tour. It's like the golden ticket. This is like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Damn it. You beat me to it. I beat you to it. I ain't gonna say that line because I already did that. You stop doing that to me. The contest made me drink skyrocket and skyrocket in popularity. It took the world by storm, a cultural phenomenon. The chance to live a life of luxury was hard to pass up. In case you didn't know, the name of the idol was Clace. Clace, isn't that the guy who made this game? Oh no. Self-injection, sir. I couldn't remember the name of the dude who made the game, and I'm like, I saw it earlier this morning, and then I'm like, oh, I forgot it. But thank you for reminding me. Yeah, Clace made this, I believe. So when I say I picked up something of addiction, that might actually be the understatement of the year. The odds of winning were literally in the billions. So it took a fair amount of chugging in order to win. Gotta know those chocolate-covered sugar bombs to get that beanie, maybe. That beanie, baby? No, just the beanie. I asked myself if it was worth it, but that's subjective. At least that's what I told myself in between the jitters. Being one of the lucky two came with its consequences. That's what the media called the prospective winners. Before I can continue thinking, I'm interrupted. Someone walking down the aisle has a nasty fall. They brace their descent and land on the seat beside me. That takes a special kind of skill, doesn't it? He quickly rises to his feet, wearing a look of panic. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I nod my head. It's not the end of the world. Aside from a minor frighten, everything is fine. Although maybe we could talk to pass the time. It was starting to get boring sitting by myself. First time on a train. Don't know what came over me. I just got dizzy and then BAM! Sounds like someone has a case of vertigo. I apologize again. Sorry for intruding, I really am. I tried to explain to him everything is fine, but he seems like he's committed an awful crime. He seems to think he's committed an awful crime. Your choices will affect the way you are treated. Before he can respond, however, an alarm sounds. Yeah, they can also change the floor of the story. Remember, it is not possible to please everyone. I could try, damn it. However, an alarm sounds loudly. The train comes to a screeching halt. Mechanical failure? That's not good. Oh no, what was that? Are we gonna die? I can't help but snicker at that. He's clearly one of those catastrophic thinkers. Good thing I bought a conch. Now I can be in power if we're stranded. He goes rumbling through his bag. Bit of a bookworm too, isn't he? I decided to just sit back and wait it out. In situations like this, there's nothing else to do. I try to think about how I could pass the time. It might be a while before we're mobile again. I can't use my phone for anything other than texts. That's a weird phone. The data charges while abroad were a death sentence. Ah, okay. But every Ben back home would be asleep already. See, you don't have to worry about that anymore. All you need is just Japan, right? You got Wi-Fi all over the place. You can just Wi-Fi it up, man. There was quite the time difference at play here. Oh yeah, everyone's asleep at home. My phone vibrates and I go to look at it. Almost as if I was thinking about it. It's Rook, the man I'm meeting at the train station. He's wondering where I am, and I'm not sure what to say. Should I play it cool or let him know we're stalled? I want to know the truth. I can't say for sure. The Rook didn't like for your response. I chose to be honest with him. Wouldn't want to get things off to a bad start. But somehow I feel it's exactly what happened. God, uncertainty, my least favorite thing to hear very well. His reply signals a feeling of discontent. But there's nothing I could do. And of course I was truthful. I could rest easy. I noticed that the squirrel is also eagerly texting away. I put my phone back in my pocket and reclined in my seat. Wasn't exactly sure how Rook was related to Clace, but he had to be pretty high up there. I was only given concrete details last week. I thought there'd be limos and media coverage, but I was quickly told that this wasn't the case. I was getting picked up by a regular guy named Rook. Regular guy, like whatever his species was. I couldn't catch it at a glance. I wonder if he would go full-on cliche, with a large piece of cardboard that says Tantroo.
Oh man, I really hope we'll be okay. My train rides are usually incident-free.
Usually. But he said that this was his first time? He seems to contradict himself without even realizing it.
Well, as fun as awkward silences are, we should probably get to know each other. Just in case we're stuck here forever.
Oh, how fun would that be?
You could call me Keela. I'm here to see some friends. What about you? What brings you to Tokyo? It's nice to meet another English speaker. I only speak Japanese at a preschool level.
I'm about to answer, but I stopped myself short. I have flashbacks to when I signed that NDA. I wasn't allowed to publicly reveal why I was here. At least, not until the media made it official. But then again, what harm could it do? It'd likely never find itself back to me. Plus, Killa could be impressed by who I really am. A friend would be great to have while abroad. Tell him or keep it a secret. Some choices don't have immediate consequences. Well, I won this contest. I'll be mysterious. Sorry, can't see why I'm here. I decided to stick to my morals and not break the NDA. It was probably for the best. Who wants a lawsuit? If I did let out my secret, and word got back to Rook, well, I'm sure there'd be hell to pay.
Oh, you can't say? That's cool, I guess. I'm just here visiting my brother. Nothing to hide on my end, really.
I thought he said he was here to meet friends. Now he's here to meet his brother? That seems odd. Nothing to hide, huh? I feel bad that I can't tell him. He clearly realizes I'm hiding something.
I'm still really excited. This is my first time in Tokyo. Gotta hit up all the maid cafes.
Of course. Typical tourist.
What about you? Would you ever go to a maid cafe? I've heard that they're just the best.
Maid cafes. Those were like restaurants in Western culture. However, your waitress actually stays at your table. You converse with them, play games, get to know them. It was definitely a foreign concept to me. Well, that's why you're in a foreign country, am I right? No, okay. How do I respond to Keela? Alright. This choice will affect the flow of the story. I'd love to go to one. Sure, I'd love to go to one.
Cool. We'll have to keep in touch. I've looked online at all the tourist sites. There's some great ones down in Akihabara. Before I can continue talking, the train starts moving again, and the passengers are shaken up by the sudden movement. Keela beams a wide smile as if this was a major victory. Wow, I was scared for nothing. That didn't last very long at all.
He sure seems like quite the character. If we did end up going to one of those maid cafes, well, there'd be no shortage of entertainment. I wonder if the same could be said of Rook. More importantly, I wonder how he'd treat me. He certainly seems like an interesting guy. For a moment, I'm glad I didn't break my NDA. I don't think I would have been able to face him if I did. I find it odd that I'm analyzing my previous actions. As if I could have changed something I said or what I did. Perhaps it was because of a weird vision I had. I can control my own destiny or something like that. What a ridiculous thing to comprehend. If I could control my destiny, I wouldn't be here. I'd probably be off living a life of luxury. But there's no use in thinking like that, so I stop. At that exact moment, pain attacks my chest. More pain than I've ever felt before. It pulses with an increasingly fast heartbeat. I go to clutch my gut instinctively, only to find out I can't move. Everyone around me seems to have frozen in place. I start to panic. I go to focus on my breathing like before, but I can't breathe either. I sense someone behind me, and then I feel it. That hand on my shoulder again. The pain fades away as I gasp loudly for air. Is there something about his touch? Terribly sorry for earlier. Our meeting seems to have been cut short. Perhaps you desired to return to Earth. After all, the universe bends to you now. Am I that frightening? By the way, I sense conflict within you. You think what happened earlier was a dream? Yet now your dream stands before you. I am real. The Ark, that is real. And that power you have? Well, yes, it's real too. I'm not here to lecture you anymore. Your words and your actions are your own, as is the power I have given you. However, you will be asked to help me. You are not receiving this power for free. But I will let you run free for today. When I see you again tonight, I will tell you everything, and your journey will begin. Would you like to save your game? Yes, there we go. Yes, X is a cancel button. Z is the thing button. It's been a while since I've used that, so alright. Unfortunately, I missed it. I was immediately shot back into reality, or at least the reality I was comfortable with. But now I know one thing for sure. That really happened. The Ark wasn't just a dream. He actually gave me some sort of power. We went over this! I have no idea what to think right now. The confusion inside me intensifies. As does the monologuing. It's like millions of voices are fighting in my head, trying to make sense of everything that happened.
Hey, are you coming?
Keela stands before me, his luggage in tow. I notice that I'm also standing up. It appears my body has moved on its own, almost like something momentarily took over.
Did I say something wrong? Gosh, I need to watch my mouth.
I tell him that he did nothing wrong. You know, critique time a little bit. It's fine to have, if I'm going to say something, it's fine to not have me say it in first person. Like if I'm going to say something, like I guess it's sort of a style sort of a thing, but it's sort of weird that like any actions I do, whether it's dialogue or whatnot, seem to be in sort of a first person, while any dialogue that they give me is sort of in a text box. It's a bit jarring. I don't know. I let him know that I was lost on my own train of thought. He seems to giggle as if it was a pun. See like right here, these 3 lines. Like you could have like had some sort of text box and said like, you know, you did nothing wrong. I was just kind of lost in train of thought, and then he would respond with, you know, giggles. So like I don't know. Like I guess it's just sort of a critique, and I guess it'd just be sort of a general critique. I decided to take credit for it, perhaps in an attempt to ease my own inner turmoil. At least he waited for me, or I'd be clueless right now. That's the last thing I want to be. Alone and confused in Tokyo, bad combination. You might eat the bad squids. I apologize for the delay as we exit the train. Fright looms over me for the rest of the day. Whatever happened tonight? So we exit the train, but the background's still the train. Whatever happened tonight would change everything. I'm a jerk. Okay, so at least he faded out after I said we left the train, so that's fair enough. Earlier that day, in the courtrooms of Terra, a planet far from Earth, yet closer than was known to any. Objection. Just the writer in you. Yeah, I know. Ladies and gentlemen, without further delay, I present you Lord Player. Player, huh? Player's gonna play? Your current leader in the race for mayor, Player. And with that, your future king. I've been his humble servant for years, and through that I am certain of one thing. He will bring Terra into an age of prosperity.
Come now, Riley. You embarrass me. I'd rather speak for myself. I'm flattered, but they need to hear me. I shall speak of this prosperity on my own. This is something every Terran must hear. Under your current king, we are doomed.
Forgive me, Lord Player. I did not mean to embarrass you. Not in front of all these people.
I mean you no quarrel, Riley. Have a seat. I'll call you as needed.
Yes, my lord.
Allow me to ask you all a question. You do not need to answer vocally, just ponder it as food for thought. If I may paint an image in your minds, you have a starving family. Your only desire is to feed them. You work harder than you ever have before, but you only have enough food to feed half. The rest of your family will simply starve. Before you can eat, there's a knock. A violent rapping on the door of your home. You learn that it's someone new to Terra. They fled the deconstruction of their home. All they want is a new life in our soil. They beg for your food, almost dying. But if you feed them, your family suffers. In this case, charity is a curse. They live and your family may die. So what would you do? Would you help a stranger, even if it goes on to hurt your family? I believe I know what your answer is. Why would I let my family die? Why would I give a stranger my food? I do not blame you if this is your answer. You worked so hard for the sustenance. Why are you expected to just give it away? Why is Terra expected to give it away? This is the portrait painted of our world. A place to be taken advantage of. Used. We can barely sustain ourselves,
Yet we have to care for these immigrants. Your current king is making fatal mistakes. He gives everything away, freely. And he calls himself the Immortal King. If he truly lived for several millennia, well, you'd think he'd have some common sense. Something Terra has been lacking as of late. Every immigrant we accept, they're another stroke on our canvas. One that paints us as lax and lazy. The more we accept into our world, the more we condemn ourselves to accept. This is the power of the word, of that word of mouth. At this rate, we will all die. Regardless of our origin, we will starve. I wanted a strict immigration law, but even this will not help us. You don't allow a disease to run rampant. We need to cure this blight. Permanently. That was horrible. A vote for player will give us severance. A disconnect from all other worlds. No longer will they be able to use us. If elected, I will devote my life to this. I will ensure Terra's independence and our base right to live fulfilling lives. Only then will we be free from immigration. Only then will our resources be our own. That is all. Will there be any questions? I have a question for you, Lord Pearlair. If you're accepting, of course. Please speak, my child. My name is Kaylin. Please refrain from calling me child. I'm not one of your blind followers. The real problem here lies with your greed. You're a noble. You have so much food. Why do you hoard and say we've run short? What? If people like you learn to share, we'd all be leading happy lives. You're a single man, yet I've seen some inside reports. You hoard enough food to feed dozens. Inside reports? Wouldn't it be more fitting to share? The supply is there, Lord Player. Your campaign is based on a lie. And why do you have so much food? You don't look that round to me. This is why Lord Velacroix wants a thief. Not on everybody, just the rich. So I don't think you care about our food, or any resource for that matter. You only care about removing faunas. So my question is, what is the true reason you seek severance? What gives you the right to say this? You're speaking to your future king. Future king? Don't make me laugh. You're avoiding the question. Where's your proof? Accusations require evidence, Caden. Something I'm sure you don't have. I laugh at the notion that I am hoarding, especially enough to feed dozens of people. I know the importance of giving. I would never keep the teeth. Ah, church, right. Teeth. A teeth. A tith. A tith. I know the importance of giving. I would never keep that while others starve. Really? You fooled me. That story you just told everyone? It was not. It was about not sharing and giving. I asked why you seek severance. And you go and get this defensive? Your hatred speaks volumes, Lord Player. There's no need to discriminate here. Everyone deserves food and shelter, not just the natives of Terra. I seek severance to be independent. I only want to share amongst our own. I don't want a reputation of charity. I want Terra to thrive on its own. If we keep giving things away, we only give up a bad image of ourselves.
Well, even if you did achieve severance, we'd still be full of immigrants. Not only that, but their descendants too. How does that make you feel?
Simple. We'd establish a new Terra. Once we are severed, we'd all be natives. We'd unite on this one self-sustaining world.
Funny you should bring that up now. Rebranding our entire world? You think that'd be part of your campaign? Typical politician. Making things up, turning all the negatives into positives. I'll give you credit, but I'm not fooled.
I again ask for proof, child.
Fine. Your servant Kebu has all of it. He provided a particular shipping manifest. It should be all that we need to prove this.
What?
And the evidence substantiates his claims. Claims of hearing immigrant hate speech. A nightly pastimes of yours, it seems. I'll let him handle it from here.
I can confirm what all that Keelan said. Kabu, you traitor! What have I done to deserve this? At first, I can't. At first, I thought Claire was my friend. I know I'm not from Terra, but he made me feel wanted, like a son. But he started to hate immigrants so much, I realized more that I was only being used. He just wanted a cheap servant. And now, recently, he's been hoarding food, creating nothing but an artificial shortage, one he can conveniently blame on the immigrants, and one that he can use as cover. He conveniently hides his hatred while supporting his campaign for mayor. The problem isn't those coming to Terra, it's the greed of those that live on it. Our immortal king speaks the truth. A tithe on the upper class. Teeth. Think tithe, but pronounce tie. Tithe. Tithe? Or tithe? Tithe? Tithe. Tithe. Ah, tithe. Silent D with a clef. Alright. Tithe. A tithe on the upper class. Yes, then everyone will be fed. Vote for Velasquez's continued reign. You know you speak lies. Why are you doing this, Kabu? Please look at this shipping manifest. I will place it here for all to see. That you may know Claire's true nature. Remember, he owns a lot of land on Terra. This is one of many instances. I'm positive he holds at his other homes. Forged! This evidence is forged! Do not trust such infantile accusations. It was created by Velasquez. Riley, have a word with the people. Ensure they realize Kabu's deceit. And gods, please detain those two men. Oh, the other guy was a dude? They didn't look too dude-like. I thought they were a lady. I feel like an idiot now. I could have gave him a dude voice. Now, exposition. I'm like, it's okay so far, but there's a lot of exposition going around, and we notice that there aren't many people standing around. The initial rush must have already subsided. At least Keela waited for me. How long was I out?
Well, I guess this is it, huh? I kind of pictured a grander entrance, but there's really nobody here. Oh well, I should have expected less. That way, you don't get disappointed. It's better than getting your hopes up.
That was sure an odd way of looking at things. Of course, nothing about Kilo is normal.
Hey, pull out your phone. We should exchange numbers just in case. I'll be in touch about the maid cafes. I read up some really cool ones.
He pulls out his phone and awaits my information. I pull the phone out of my pocket and do the same. After a few moments pass, we exchange our digits. Hey, I got Kilo's contacts. I got the digits.
Thanks. It was nice to meet you. I'm always glad to make a new friend.
He starts to scurry away. I hope he's a texter. I hate getting phone calls. It seems so weird. Okay, I'll give you that one. I'm really not good on the phone either. Our generation is definitely hooked on text messages. I wonder where I'm supposed to go. Rook never gave me detailed information. I expected he'd be right there when I got off. But I don't see anyone at all, actually. I quickly turn the corner and bump into a helpless woman. Ah, so this is actually a woman now.
Hey, watch where you're going, will you?
I step back immediately and apologize. I tell her I was just looking for my friend Rook. I explain the fact that I'm a foreigner and...
Foreigner? Oh, so am I.
But I'm no concierge. You should probably tell your friend to meet you in the atrium. She points towards a large open area. I guess that's a good enough landmark. I thank her and start following her direction. Before I can get too far, a hand grips my shoulder. Oh no, could it be that man again? Please give me some peace and quiet today. Hey. Are you so lonely you've taken up talking to yourself? That's weird. I'm extremely relieved. For a moment I thought it was going to be that man again. What man? But no. The Ark dude. This must be Rook. What does he mean by talking to myself? Whatever. I'm glad you're here. The PA speakers... Whatever. I'm glad you're here. I gotta figure out a voice for fucking everyone again. Think it over. A lot of reading in this one. He's a ferret. He's a ferret. He's a ferret. So we have like two rodents. Oh boy. Chittery, chittery, Duke, Duke. Oh, Duke. Ah, right. Rook rhymes with Duke. I got it. Yeah, ferret. But I'm glad you're here. The PA speakers mentioned possible delays. That's not something I can tolerate. We're on a strict schedule. Strict. He starts typing away on his tablet. Strict. Adjective. Acting in close proximity to requirements or principles. Ever heard of that word before? Wow. And I thought Kilo was a character. Although, I guess I would be a little upset if he was boring. No one likes a stick in the mud. So where's the other one? I was confused. I wasn't quite sure what he meant. I asked him for clarification. The other contestant, when I mean? You're supposed to be together. Wait, what? Insufferable! I hate being lied to. Drop the act. Seriously, where is he? I tell him I have no idea what he's talking about. I didn't meet anybody on the train except for Keela. Wait, could that mean... No way. Yep, that would explain a lot of why a lot of the back and forth things. Out of the shadow of someone shuffles towards us.
Hey, you two.
You are watching us? That's exceedingly creepy. What a group. We have ourselves a stalker? And someone who talks to themselves, too. I don't really get what he means. I was clearly getting directions from that woman.
I wasn't watching you, I was just shy. And hold on a second. You're the other contest winner?
He really emphasized the word "your." Well, I got that. I'm unsure if I should take offense to this or not. Although, now I'm glad I didn't break the NDA. Rook would have found out for sure.
I guess I should have expected it. Both of us on the same train, both English speakers. It adds up. Huh. Well, either way, I have to say, I'm really glad it is you. I feel like we got along on the train. Even if it was only for like a few minutes. We can go to the maid cafe for sure now. We'll be spending so much time together. Isn't that cool? I'm ecstatic.
Would you like to save your game? Sure. Alright, let's see if I can lower some of the... So if I hit F5... Yep. ME. Yeah. Anyways, everything needs to be lower. True ending flags and Whoa. A maid cafe. A maid cafe, you say? I'd highly advise against that. They're just a waste of time. Plus, you don't look like the type. Maid cafes attract a certain clique.
What's that supposed to mean?
Whatever you want it to mean, I guess. Thanks for making plans without me, though. It's nice to know my input is valuable.
Well, what did you have in mind?
Nothing really. I guess it's where you get off lucky. There's been something of a delay. You won't meet Clace for a day or two. So my new task is simple, waste time. I'm supposed to take you wherever you want. That is, until things get back on track.
Wait, then why were you mad? We got to choose where to go? You didn't even have any ideas, Rook.
I'm changing the subject now. If you want to go to a maid cafe, well, I know a few hot ones to attend. Most of them are in Electric Town.
Electric Town? You don't mean...
Akihabara? Yes, I do. We all spend a lot of time there. It's the place to be for tourists. That and Clace loves the atmosphere. A lot of his outings are to Akihabara.
Wow, we'll get along great then. But you mentioned something came up. Is everything okay? Why the delay?
Oh, it's fine. Clace got into a fight. Him and his tour manager disagree a lot. But Singe always manages to quell him.
Oh, I hope it's nothing too serious.
He'll be fine. Clace is a hothead. He'll be fine after venting and relaxing. No comment. Anyways, we better get moving. Won't get anywhere standing here all day. It's a high time we ditch this station. Like save your game. Sure. No, never mind. That's kind of weird. There was no like spin-off moments there. After a few minutes of walking, we exit the station. I feel a soft breeze and take a sharp inhalation. It's nice to feel some fresh air after all that time. The plane and train ride here were definitely stuffy. Interesting. The air here feels different. Not in a bad way, I mean just different. Though it's probably expected in a foreign country. The air almost smells cleaner than it does back home. Well then you're clearly not in China, am I right? Oh! Wow.
What's with this smell?
Not really used to, huh? Don't worry, you'll get used to it. Just enjoy the fresh air. You deserve it. They did rush you onto that train, right? No time to relax after that long flight. But you're all good now. Relax and enjoy it.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Hey, wait. Does that mean we were on the same plane? That's so cool. What are the odds?
Actually, it's incredibly probable. We both won the same contest after all. They likely expensed and bought stuff in sets. I don't say this though. Don't want to downplay Kayla. Pretty solid, actually. You both won the same contest after all. Enter Rook, the social assassin, blurting out the things we don't dare to.
I didn't think of it that way, I guess.
He looks defeated. See, that's why I refrained. Well, we shouldn't just stand around. We didn't leave just to waste time out here. I've got a little bit of a surprise for you. Remember how we said things would be quiet? Well, Place went and pulled some strings. The kind of strings that get you a limo.
We have a limo? Like, just for us?
That was a pleasant surprise, actually. Rick gives us a small, soft smile as he says the word limo. I could tell he's been waiting to let out that secret. Yeah, something like that. We'll use it to move around town, at least until we leave Tokyo behind. But even then, we'll just rent a new one. This tour is going to go all sorts of places. You'll get to travel the world in style.
Mood completely reversed. Thanks, Rook. Should we get going then? Where is it?
Well, actually, it's right there. Rook points to a limo parked a few feet away. I never expected we'd get to drive in that, especially after they mentioned the low-key aspect. Well played. Definitely off to a good start now. He knocks on the window, calling to someone inside. After a few moments pass, a new face enters the scene.
So you two are it? Yeah, I guess. 2 winners, remember? We're not here to visit a chocolatier.
Not what I meant. Just expected something else.
What does she mean by that?
Well, you can call me Jade. It's a pleasure to meet the both of you. The contest just had a year of hype. I built up this weird image in my mind. Expected the winners to be larger than life. I apologize if I offended you in any way. Surely you can understand what I meant. We often have these sort of preconceptions.
I suppose I know what you mean. No offense taken either. It's nice to meet you two. You too. But speaking of preconceptions, can you tell us a little bit about Clace? I feel like the image in my mind is wrong. You've met him, right? You must have all kinds of inside knowledge.
I see him all the time. But yeah, many people get him wrong. Here's a few words I'd use to describe him. Self-absorbed, egotistical, holier than thou, arrogant, disrespectful. He's the worst.
Excuse me?
It was a joke, Keela. I'm still learning this humor thing. But I guess I'm here. But I guess I have a few steps more to go.
That was her definition of a joke? She doesn't need steps, she needs leaps and bounds. This is almost certainly how rumors get started. Someone wouldn't know she was joking, and it'll just spread.
Rook tries to teach me in our off time. But I guess I got far off and mastered it.
Oh, that explains it. Rook taught her. He's the last person I'd say is funny.
Well, I'd appreciate an honest answer.
Of course. He can be shy and silent, but he also can be loud and outgoing. He can be polite and formal, or he can be crude and lax. He's just like any one of us. When you're up on the stage, or even when you're in an interview, you're just putting on an act for the world. I think you'll get along with him just fine. But I don't think you know him yet either. The amount of people that do is very small.
Alright. Thanks for answering. Sounds like he's under a lot of pressure. It sucked to have an image to maintain. And a About the humor thing? You're doing great! Keep learning.
Whoa. Keela can lie? Apparently not well.
Thanks, Kayla. It's always fun to learn. Anyway, let's get ourselves in the limo. Get this adventure started.
Sounds good. Can't wait. My hype level is off the charts.
Outside the courthouse. Moments later. So, do you think that'll ruin player? Only time will tell, Conrad. It was risky, but we succeeded. We now have our inside man. Kalen can operate from within player's home. So I have to ask, was the evidence real? Doesn't matter. It helped us. Means to an end, I believe they say. We have everything we need to take him out. I doubt player will go down without a fight. Wouldn't be pleasant for Kalen or Cabu. What do you think he'll do, Andy Mont? They'll be put into interrogation, I think. But that doesn't cause much concern. Kalen has been trained to resist torture. The major fact is that he's inside now. There's a lot of characters. Hard to come up with voices for them all. We just need to wait for his correspondence. After that, we can formulate a plan. I think he'll plant some evidence. Something we can find next time we're there. Innocent visit, an incriminating find. So Kalen can resist torture, huh? Looks pretty frail to me. And Cabu? He'll probably face the brunt of this. It's a worthy sacrifice, isn't it? Cabu did this willingly. I guess. I can see it now. Assassin's Guild ousts corrupt politician. It's gotta help our reputation, right? We're the Assassin's Guild. We need to have no reputation. I guess. Just trying to make conversation. If people found out about us, they'd quickly find that the king funds us, and he'd be the one getting ousted. Fine. So what do we do now? The player situation will remain on standby. We must await instructions from Kalen, or until we have another off-worlder. Player has been more than happy to take them. With that said, the ritual is our goal. It helps us on both fronts, Conrad. A ritual? Again? You sound like you're stuck on a loop. Our track record for failure is demotivating. You know how Velasquez feels about failure. But we get an off-worlder no matter what. If that happens, we bring them to player. We gain his trust through these failures. It's symbolic, Conrad. It's cold, Enderman. Yes. It gives me chills. He walks away, done with the conversation. Jeez. What a mentor he is. I'll never get anywhere worthwhile. Oh well. A man can dream. Andy Mion, wait for me. Inside limo. We're led into a massive limo. Actually, emphasis on the massive. I didn't think it would be this big on the inside. That's what the limo said. Jade promptly gets situated in the driver's seat. This leaves Rooks, Killa, and myself in the back.
Wow, this is amazing. It's so spacious, so luxurious.
Huh. Oh, sorry, you two. Guess I was in my own little world. Actually, it looked like he was staring at Jade. I find myself questioning the relationship of these two. She quickly turns and speaks to us through the divider.
So, where to?
Unfortunately, we're going to a maid cafe. And no, it wasn't my idea. Spare me the snide insults, Jade.
Alright, Rook. I'll keep them inside. But I think I know which maid cafe you want.
Yeah. Just no mocking, okay? This is for their benefit, not mine.
I wouldn't dream of it.
Thanks, Jade. It means a lot to me. Alright, let's fasten our seatbelts. Don't want anyone dying before the tour. Anyways, this is the really awkward part. Where we're supposed to bond or whatever. He cringes when he says the word bond. Instead of acknowledging that, I notice something else. I can hear some noise coming from the passenger seat. Somebody's up there with Jade? I asked Rook about this. Oh, you notice, huh? Inumi, do you want to say hey? Hey! He retreats just as quickly as he appeared. Huh? I haven't the faintest idea who that was. That was Clace's brother, Inumi.
Clace's brother? But he looks nothing like...
It's Clace's brother, Inumi. Keela was right, but Rook cuts him off. Was he putting on some sort of act? If anything, it was for Inumi's benefit. I decided to play along as does Keela.
He's his boyfriend. I mean, clearly he's wearing a mesh.
Oh, I see. Well, that's cool.
Very cool indeed. I can't tell if he's sincere or not. Well, moving on. I should go over the basics with you two. Just stuff to know if I let you wander. Make sure you're paying attention, alright? Feel free to take notes if you need to. Keela and I lean forward and... Whoa. Keela and I lean forward and listen intently. Here's a book for both of you to have. It lists common Japanese phrases inside it. What the fuck? Is that somebody at the door? But you're just learning a few common ones. Namely, I don't understand Japanese. I'm probably assuming here, so I'm sorry. But I doubt you could hold a conversation. Oh, and if citizens call you gaijin, well, that's a term of endearment. It's nice to know that Rook can be civil and polite. For once, he's actually helping us. I assumed his default mode was condescend everyone. He hands each of us a book. I put mine in my pocket. It's definitely travel-sized, I'm sure it'd help. That was one of the things I was actually worried about. Someone tried to talk to me and I couldn't talk back. Oh, I almost forgot. There's one last thing you should know. It relates to current events in Tokyo. It's mostly superstition, of course. But it's got everyone up in arms, so it's better that you hear it from me.
What is it?
The Midnight Deaths.
The midnight what?
Tokyo's been hit by a suicide and murder. More and more cases with each passing day. But it gets a little weirder than that. All the cases happen at midnight, like clockwork, right on the dot.
Are you serious?
Of course I'm serious. The deaths have been mysterious in nature. No culprit for the murders, no evidence. That's why it has everyone talking. The crime scenes don't add up at all. What happened is physically impossible. But to us, that's not really important. There's something far more noteworthy. And that's that when these deaths first started.
What do you mean?
I know it's coincidence, but the death started a month ago, on the night of our arrival in Tokyo. What? Yeah, what? Some people think the tour is an ill omen. That perhaps being here is the cause of it.
What? That's not nice.
Indeed. I hope that explains some things, especially why we kept your arrival quiet. We didn't want any more fanfare around us. Restrictions are even being put upon Clace, so don't feel singled out on all this. Everyone's being affected equally here. So to that end, please stay quiet. Don't let anyone know you're here, and at least not for the next little while. But I know you're both trustworthy, so just continue as you've been. We aren't even gonna do a press release. At least not until Singe is ready. He handles these situations with expertise. He's kind of like my boss and teacher. And don't worry about your enjoyment, you'll still have fun, I guarantee it. There's just a few precautions to take. Later tonight, we'll get you to your hotel. Everything is still on par for the green, so just don't cause any commotions, okay?
Yes, of course. Don't want to make things worse. Clace must be under enough stress as it is.
Yeah, I could tell it's affecting him. It's good that he heard this from me. You know how rumors and grapevines can be. People are even saying that he's the killer. They're connecting totally unrelated events. Our arrival has nothing to do with all this. But you know how that works, right? People always need something to blame. A figurehead for all their problems.
I suppose that's true. But they should focus on the real culprit. Clace is harmless. He wouldn't do that.
You're telling me, but it's still odd. Suicides are happening at midnight, too. It's not just a killer. It's something else. And whatever it is, we have no idea. Some people are blaming the supernatural, but I never really believed in that stuff. The limo slowly comes to a stop. This just leaves us in an awkward silence. Well, I guess that means we're here. Thanks for making conversation with me. Even if it was in the realm of the macabre.
Yeah, could have picked a better time. Was your goal to scare us away, Rook? Because it almost worked, you know.
No comment. Let's go. He leaves the limo without saying another word. For a while there, I was starting to feel free. But now I'm gonna get bogged down by terms and conditions. Though when I thought about it, it's not too bad. I can play along if it's for the citizens' benefit. Wouldn't want to let it slip while we're here. It'd cause a panic in the middle of macabre. I can't pronounce the name.
Well, here we are. Welcome to Eka Hub. Thank you for making me pronounce it again. Freaking game. Ekehabara. Just watch your heads as you exit. Wouldn't want them to bang them on the way out.
No, don't go May on me. We both nodded as instructed. Electric Town, here we come. See, I can pronounce that. Would you like to save your game? Sure. There wasn't really any branching there. Indeed. Before I stepped out of the limo, I was scared. Brooke didn't exactly instill us with confidence. However, upon seeing Ekabara, that all changed. I've looked at the pictures before, seen things online, but like with anything else, pictures don't suffice. I'm not going to point out the irony of that statement.
Well, what do you think?
It's stunning. I almost don't believe it. It's prettier than I could have ever imagined. So where's this maid cafe? I've been dreaming about this for years.
Don't worry, it's not much further. And I guess I can open up to you now. No need for secrets between the three of us. We're going to Cafe Chat. It's a popular joint around here. Run by a bubbly girl named Claire.
Are you serious, Jade? That's the one I heard about online. It's supposed to have wait time of months.
Yes, but remember who you are. Exceptions can be made here and there, especially for the prestigious Lucky 2. Trust me, I don't stop at the basics. I was able to get you a session with Eclair. That's right, the #1 maid in Tokyo.
You gotta be kidding me.
Whoa, calm down. I felt like the earth shake a little bit there.
I'm certainly not kidding. You know my humor is top-notch. You'd be able to tell if I was joking.
Hey, that was actually a good one, Jade. Even if it wasn't intentional.
By all means, lead the way. I'm trying so hard not to freak out.
Not so fast, Kayla. I have to go. Rook will be taking it from here, alright? He knows this area a little better than me. I have business to attend to elsewhere. I need to get, Numi back safely as well. Sorry I can't join you. Maybe next time.
No apology necessary. Let me turn the volume down a little bit because I'm trying to shout over the freaking music. Even though I have it down to 20, it's so stupid.
Jade retreats back in the limo and slowly drives away. She was certainly a treat. A nice middle ground. Not as spazzy as Keela, not as insensitive as Rook. I liked her. Let me point out her characteristics for you and lay it all out in the line just so you get a read on her character. It's good writing. I'm being a smartass. No, I'm being Rook right now. Sorry. Hopefully, I get to see her again. Well, you heard her. Follow me and stay close. If I lose you here, I won't get you back. Rook starts to lead us down the street. He's staring down, focused on his tablet. I get the idea he doesn't want to be seen. However, that tablet doesn't make him invisible. I do have to give him credit, though. He's still able to lead us exactly where we need to go. I could never walk and use a tablet at the same time. It takes ability to multitask so efficiently.
So, what is Eclair like?
I don't know. I've never been.
Well, you seem to know exactly where he is. You're not hiding anything, are you, Rook?
I said I've never been. It's called GPS, Keela. Think I'm chatting on here or something?
Oh, sorry.
And when we get there, I'm not going in, so I'll wait outside until you're done. I'll watch paint dry. It'll be more fun. I wouldn't be caught dead in that place. Either way, I hope you enjoy. It does take a certain level of immaturity.
Hey, that's rude.
Don't talk to me about rude, Keila. Especially after deciding where to go. You didn't even ask me for my input.
Whatever.
Before the conversation can continue, Rook stops. He points to a colorful shop just a few steps away. It's over there. Go and have fun. Just don't drag me into your business. And don't take forever, alright? We gotta get back to the hotel tonight, and I'll be waiting for you two over there. He points to an installation of benches nearby. He really seemed to have a grudge against this place. Oh, and one more favor, please. Don't mention my name to Eclair. I owe you big time if you do this. Well, now that you said that, now we're gonna just have to mention your name, right?
Wait a second. Eclair knows you?
I'm leaving now.
Bye.
Before a moment passes, Rook is gone. Almost as if he vanished into the shadows. With nothing else to do, he walked towards the building. And after a pause, we enter the legendary Cafe Chat. When we enter, I'm shocked at how fancy it is. It's as if millions of dollars went into this place. Now that's a... Howdy, strangers. Welcome to Cafe Chat.
Oh, hey. We're here to see Eclair.
He's nervously staring at the floor, almost as if he's scared to face the maid cafe. Well, he did say he was one of his dreams. I'm sure he's just a little overwhelmed.
Oh.
Oh, it's you two.
I've been waiting for you. It's me, I'm Eclair. Oh my gosh. I can't believe it.
I thought Keela knew all about this place. Yet he didn't immediately recognize Eclair? Quick, come take a seat. No need to delay this any further.
You two must be really special. Not many people can just walk in here. Are you celebrities of some sort?
Better not tell her the truth. Not after what Rook told us in the limo. She led us over to a 3-person booth. On one side was her chair, and the other has 2. She takes on the seat in the side of one chair, leaves Killa and myself to sit together. She glances up piercingly, like she's trying to figure out what to do with us.
Quiz time!
Killa's eyes beam with happiness, like all of his dreams coming true at once.
Let's think of something fun. Oh, I have a question. Why are there only 3 chairs here?
I look at Keela in confusion. How are we supposed to know this?
Time's up. Now, you learn.
The number 4 is considered bad luck, like the number 13 in the West. It's usually skipped when it can be, but the explanation lies in Japanese. The number 4 can be pronounced she. It's the same as saying death. She smiles and giggles at us after saying death. You have to admire enthusiasm at almost everything.
Well, there's another reason.
From above, the booths can look like cat paws. That's why we call it Café Chat. That's French for cat. Look at you two, learning. That's definitely a better explanation. I hope she uses that one in the future. I was worried about talking about death would scare Keela. But I look at him and he displays pure jubilation.
Wow, you're so smart. What else can you tell us?
Let's move on to another question.
That's not her voice.
Let's move on to another question. I have so many tricks up my sleeve. Sweet. I'm ready.
The girl is just unreal. So much energy. Is she hooked up to caffeine IV or something?
Let's do something a little easier. Do you have any idea why I'm named Eclair? Oh, that's easy. You're really sweet. Just like the pastry you're named after.
Wrong.
It's because I'm real quick.
Before I even notice, plates appear on the table. Like some sort of magic trick. She really is fast.
Quick like lightning. That's the true meaning of the word Eclair.
It's also French, if you're wondering. She winks and then points to the plates before her. They're layered with onigiri, or rice balls.
Right, time for a real challenge. I've been holding back this question. Final round commence. Rook refused to come in, didn't he?
What?
Guess he said not to mention him, right? Typical Rook, as stubborn as ever. I know who you two are. Jade told me. So you two do know each other. He didn't even tell you all that much. He seemed to hate the idea of maid cafes. He was just so suspicious. Well, that wasn't always the case. In fact, we used to be partners. Though such a time has long since passed. Whoa, that's heavy. What happened? Why did you two fall out like that?
Eclair slumps down in her chair and ears droop down. Is that what a maid cafe was supposed to be like? I thought maids were here to cater to our whims.
Sorry.
I was having a flashback. I haven't heard his name in forever. So I'm kind of reliving memories right now.
Tear drips down her cheek. I was about to criticize that they didn't do the expression thing, but then it's like, okay, they did, so that's good.
Even the call from Jade was so sudden. It threw everything. Totally threw off my groove. Tried to remain calm when I saw you two.
I was fighting back tears all along. I guess this all just got the better of me. Please excuse me. I have to go. She runs away without a word, covering her face.
What just happened? What did we do?
I'm really clueless. Was coming here a bad idea? Just seemed like we just relived traumatic memories. If that's the case, I feel horrible right now.
Should we leave? I really don't know what to do. This isn't what I expected at all.
I tell Kayla I'll go talk to her. He should go outside and tell Rook I'll be right there. It seemed like nothing today has gone as expected, but I can't just leave her alone like that crying. Alright.
Alright, I guess that's for the best. Shouldn't leave either side hanging. I'll see you outside when you're done.
Do any of the girls in the game wear bras? I have no idea, dude. I'm playing this blind, so... I'm playing it super blind. So I have no idea. Now, I'm pretty sure it's nothing that will get me in trouble with YouTubes, but I have no idea. Kayla runs outside and I quickly look around. When I look where Claire went, I see a big door. It has a cartoon painting of a cat's paw print on it. I'm going to bet that this is her office. I decide to walk over to it, and I slowly enter, just hoping that I can fix whatever happened here today. I'm going to probably play till next save and then call it a night. When I enter, I see a Claire slumped over her desk. Her head bobs up and down a little bit. She's crying. After a few moments pass, I try to get her attention.
Oh.
Hey there.
Hey there. I didn't think you'd come. Gosh, I feel like a fool right now.
Mates are supposed to be upbeat and happy. Has it ever happened to you before? Everything is going perfect, then BAM! Something reminds you of past events. I nod. Who didn't get unpleasant flashbacks? Not everyone can be happy all the time like that. It's just... we were close. And then he left me so suddenly. Almost at the snap of a finger. You know, I'm used to that. People walk out of here all the time. But I never expected it from my partner. Rook and I were the star duo of Akabara. He was the #1 male host in Tokyo. Rook was a host? That sounds so out of character. If he told me, I would have never believed it. We'd spend every day together. People would call us a celebrity couple. Our reservations would be full for months. We weren't really a couple, though, but we just had to play the part. I know it was for the audience, but sometimes when you act something out, it starts to feel a little real. I must sound so delusional right now. I tell her that she definitely isn't delusional. She just gave into pressure that was all too real. We acted like the perfect couple all the time. It's easy to lose ourselves in fantasy, especially one where you're so happy. Then the accident happened. Accident? I can't really say. It's his issue. But he started to act distant and rude. Needless to say, our business suffered. He found more joy in that tablet of his. Customers complained on a daily basis. Soon enough, they stopped coming at all. One day, Rook just didn't show up to work. I was worried he hurt himself, of course. He's very good at making himself scarce. I'd search for him day in, day out. But one day, I just had no desire to. Like a light switch had just flipped in my head. Isn't that weird? That you can be so passionate about something and then the next moment, it can mean nothing. That one thing that kept us going, it starts to hold us back in our then it becomes nothing at all. Is there a price for the memories we hold? And after it's paid, we just forget? Well, if there is, the price can be costly. This whole ordeal almost ruined Cafe Shot. Deaths amiss as I tried to fix things. New ad campaigns, new hosts, I tried it all. I had no idea Rook put her through so much trouble. But soon enough, I had to face facts. There was no way I was going to stay afloat. So I had to make the call. I shut our doors. But just before I locked them for good, I noticed an envelope in front of the cafe. It had my name on it with a heart. Sniffles one more time and shows a smile. It was a check from Rook. And all the money I needed and more. To be able to keep Cafe Chat running. It came with a letter from Rook himself. It apologized for running away from me, but he told me this he'd saved up for years. He'd been working alongside Jade. They were supporting a pop idol's career. Who was Jade, I thought? The new me? You know, that's why I'm so conflicted. I was jealous, but we were never together. I hated him for abandoning me, yet I thanked him for saving me. All of these emotions came back today. It started with a call from Jade. You know, to organize your visit. I knew instantly which Jade it was. I saw Rook outside with the both of you. But I guess he didn't want to come in. That made everything come flooding back. I hope you understand what I mean. I'm sorry for botching your visit today. I owe you the real Maid McCafe experience. I wish I knew what Rook was thinking. I assumed he just forgot about me. And then today happened. Sending you both to my cafe, even today he still thinks of me. There are so many cafes in Tokyo. But why would that be? He moved on. I guess that's something I'll never know. I doubt he'll ever set foot in here again. She takes out her phone and places it on the table. Would you mind exchanging numbers? I owe you and Keela a real session. I apologize profusely for today. We spend the next few moments exchanging information. I don't object. Keela would want to come back too. I'll ask you to leave me be for now. But trust me, I'll be in touch. I owe you, the both of you, big time. I stand up and go to leave. That was heavy, as Keela would say. But before I can exit, she stops me for a moment. I forgot to tell you one thing. The real reason there are 3 seats. You know, back in the cafe, I mean. I know. The side with the 2 chairs. It used to be for me and Rook. But when he left, I was alone. So I had to switch sides. No longer would we entertain together. Just thought you should know the truth. I guess I'm not as quick as they say. Here I am, totally stuck in the past. On memories from so many years ago. But I have to push forward and work hard. Until the toll of those memories are paid. On that day, I'll stand tall on my own. She smiles one last time before I exit the room. When I go backstairs, Keela is nowhere to be found. I assume he met up with Rook, so I go outside. I hope I don't get lost. Ekabara is massive. Would you like to save your game? Yes. And that, as they say, is a session. Claire and Jade. Huh. Rook's affection. -1. Oh no! Rook is mad at me. Probably because I talked to Miss Lady here. Oh well. Hey, Claire's not a person true flag ends. Oh, Rook affection was -1 there. Probably because of the text message then. Alright, so. And that's all that's going to be here for tonight. Thank you very much for coming out and experiencing the Ursa Major winner of 2016, Major Minor. Probably continue this next week at 8:30 Eastern Standard Times. Well, is it Standard Time? I believe it's Standard Time. I believe we're back in Standard Time now. Eastern Time, just to not make it confusing for myself. I'm going to get the hop out of here, and be sure to give any comments on it, any things like that. So far, the game is decent. I thought the cafe scene was pretty good. It has its moments. It takes a little while to, I guess there's a lot of exposition at the very beginning to get through. But hopefully it'll be kind of worth it in the end. I'll continue to kind of play it. Probably might think about voices over time, since I kind of have characters now, since I won't run into them blindly. I've noticed I was repeating some voices a little bit. It gets tricky to particularly come up with female voices on things like that, but I'll give it a shot. Anyways, thank you very much for stopping by tonight, and I'll see you next week. Same route time, same route station. I'm gonna get the hop out of here. Have a good one.